Hello there, my name is John Porterfield and another video clip of a great, if you can hear me over the wind, LPG van. It's the Citroen Berlingo. It's registered the 1st of March 2010 on a 10 plate and it's just come off lease from Citroen Direct, and it's the LX, and of course it is fitted with LPG rather neatly behind the filler cap. Fitted from new with a Citroen approved system. We've not yet valeted this van, but as you can see it's in black, and there's like a rubber matting which has got a few scuffs and marks, but this will clean up really well. Spare wheel is there along with all the usual accessories and jacks, etc. And being the LX, we get 3 seats in the front, and the added benefit of the front passenger seat drops down flat, which is rather useful should you want to carry longer loads. You can fit that, so it's a real nice feature on the LX model of the Berlingo. So side door, of course, electric windows, looks lovely in this black. It's a real change from a white van. And high level brake light, it's very clean, no dinks or dents, no marks, tiny scuff to the wing mirror but nothing of any note. I think spent most of its time around London, so there is no chips to speak of at all on the bonnet, and the windscreen is chip free. We've also got the facility to fit a roof rack should you want to as well. So we've not yet cleaned this, it's come direct from Citroen. Driver's seat, it's very nice and clean and tidy, no rips or tears, you just saw a moment ago, no rips or tears to the front seats, and I'll show you some more features. So inside the Berlingo, it's a lovely place to be, it really is. We get a single shot CD player, all the normal radio controls, which also has a steering wheel control for the volume, stations, trip CD, to skip CD tracks as well. Normal heating controls, speed of the fan, temperature, direction of the airflow, hazard warning lights to lock and unlock all the doors and the rear doors, and one-shot electric windows in the LX. So you get a little glove box, all the manuals are here which I'll show you in a moment. That came with the van, useful storage up the top as well, and height adjustable seat belts. I say 3 seat belts in the front with 3 headrests. Also has a traffic master system fitted, which was standard on the LX, which is a subscription based sat nav system. Electrically operated wing mirrors, just the angle of the headlights, and that's the LPG switch. So I'll start the van and show you. It's showing 11,000 miles till next service. So it's showing there 66,071 miles. All the warning lights go out. Runs very well indeed. That is the LPG switch. Just turn the fan off. So basically when that's flashing, it's warming up on gas. Blip the throttle, click from the boot. When that stays solid, it's running on LPG. It's on the reserve at the moment, so these will turn green when you fill it up with gas, and as the gas runs out, gets to the last light, for about 60 miles it will drive with that red light on. Then when it runs out of gas, it automatically defaults back to petrol. Everything works as it should. We get volume control at the top. Also various features on the trip, I'll just run through them. Day to course, distance to empty on petrol side, instant miles per gallon, and now over the last 49 miles I've averaged 36.2 to the gallon, which is pretty good at half price fuel. So we're looking at 70 miles to the gallon in this van when running on half price LPG average speed. Back to the date. Power assisted steering, wiper controls, and lights and indicators on the other side, and that's a traffic master system, all working fine. And I'll just show you now some more documents. So looking at the documents, we have a spare key here. We have the V5, so it was first of all registered with Citroen Contract Motoring, no previous keepers. Show you the details. There's the registration and the date of registration, 1st of March 2010, And it's still classed as a light goods vehicle and running on petrol, because there's no financial benefit in changing this to LPG on the V5. It's still £215 a year for the road tax. So the V5 is present and correct. You'll be the second keeper. Its first MOT was done with two advisories. One was near side mirror broken. Well, as you can see, it's not, so that's been replaced. And they've also rather strangely put LPG cap missing, which is not an issue, because on this particular fit, as you saw earlier, it's neatly fitted behind the flap, so that shouldn't be an advisory. The MOT is until 1st of March 2014, so great on its first MOT. Benefits from a wonderful full service history from Citroen. Serviced at 12,000 miles. Actually, the intervals on these are every 20, but it was done at 12, 27, 45, and last at 57,000 miles on the 1st of November 2012. So next is due 1st of November 2013, or 77,000 miles, all done at Citroen main dealers. Along with that, we have the LPG guide from Nicholson McLaren, which is the name of the system. The old style certificates is here, and it can also be online as well, showing it was converted at just 8 kilometres, which is about 5 miles. A 59 litre tank, and it's a Eurogas Nicholson McLaren gas system. So fitted by registered LPGA installers. There's also a little quick reference guide here about Nicholson McLaren, and a reference guide about the AG system. So all the documents for the gas system are here, along with all the normal handbooks for the van itself is here, along with the service book which you saw earlier. So before I walk you around this berlingo van, I'll just take you now for a short test drive. So welcome to the test drive. So we're up and running, and the clutch feels fine. It's about halfway up the pedal. It doesn't snatch or pull. There's no slip to it. Feels dry. Drives lovely and straight. Doesn't pull to the left or the right. 5th gear, 2,000 revs, 50 miles an hour. Even though you haven't got the torque of a diesel, it still doesn't lack power running on LPG. Cheaper to run than the diesel version. Price terms, like I mentioned earlier, returning around about 70 miles to the gallon, with LPG paying around about 65 to 70 pence for a litre of gas, which is less than half price when compared to diesel. And it's much quieter as well, and you're doing your bit for the environment. So 5th gear, 40 miles an hour, still pulls very cleanly, switches straight over to LPG, and is a joy to drive. They really are very nice. 4th gear, a bit of brake, no wobble from the steering, changes down the box really nicely. Just pull over now, and it pulls up lovely and straight as well. So that concludes the test drive, and I'll just take you now for a final walk around this van. So welcome back from that test drive. I'll show you around the van, highlighting any faults. There are no chips to the windscreen. Front tyre, I'd say about 3mm on that front tyre, and the discs are fine, they're not lipped, and this wheel trim is perfect. I think it's had 4 new wheel trims, to be honest. Minor scuff on the mirror that I mentioned earlier. The dents, the sides are dent free, there are no parking dents at all. We have a great Michelin on the back, which is about 5-6mm. Wheel trim, perfect, just needs a clean. The rear bumper, a little tiny crease there, but nothing that you'd notice. This is just dust from driving it back today from Citroen. The roof is fine, no dinks or dents to the roof. Whether you can hear me over the wind. We have a Michelin, another Michelin on the back. and this is again 5-6mm. Wheel trim is perfect. I think these must be brand new ones. Down the sides are very clean, and on the front we have another tyre that's again 5-6mm, and the front near side trim is perfect as well. The corners are very clean. Often we see scuffs on some vans, but these are fine. And the leading edge of the bonnet, the odd tiny chip. What a clean van, what a smart van. It makes a difference from having a white van. The LX trim with the side door, lots of great little features. The other thing I forgot to mention, you get a little removable torch, which is very handy. Little plug-in point as well as an interior light there. So well thought out, the Citroen Berlingo van, and running on gas, much cheaper to run than the diesel version. So thanks for watching. We won't have this for long. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, Jonathan, here at Eco Cars. Thank you.